I started print on demand with negative $30,000 to my name. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how you can start print on demand with no money. So you're probably wondering, how did you even get yourself in such a terrible hole? Well, let me explain. I, as well as many others, millions probably, am a victim to the American education system. So I went to college for 4 years to get an undergraduate degree in marketing to land me a 50K a year job, but also ended me in $30,000 of student debt. Now, looking back, do I regret going to college? No. Do I regret getting a degree? No. Eventually, down the line, something might happen to where I would have to go work a corporate job again. And actually, this corporate job allowed me to earn the income to then go on to start TikTok Shop and start my business, essentially, and then eventually quit the 9 to 5. However, when I was just 21 years old and just graduated, and I saw this insane amount of debt I was in, I knew I had to figure out a way to make even more money. Like, just the 9 to 5 was not going to cut it. I wasn't going to pay back my debt anytime soon. So after doing some research and looking at different business models, I landed upon print on demand. Now, I want you to pay attention here because many of you probably know me from my TikTok Shop content or my TikTok Shop series. I started print on demand way before I began TikTok Shop, or before TikTok Shop was even a thing. So although I always recommend to not start TikTok Shop off with no money, you can actually just start print on demand with no money, or at least, when I say no money, I expect you to at least have 50, 70, $80 to throw at this. So in this video, I'm going to tell you how you can start out with essentially 50, 70, $80 and scale up your print on demand business to the eventual goal, or to the point of then moving on to TikTok Shop, where we can actually start making some very solid money. With this strategy, you're going to be able to make your first 1,000, 2,000, 3, 5, even K, 10K using print on demand and in e-commerce. And this is going to allow you to then go on and start whatever TikTok Shop you want to do, or whatever other online business model. Okay, so this is the plan. We're going to start out with, as I said, you got 50, 70, 80K in the bank. If you don't even have this, if you have zero, go do DoorDash or Uber Eats for a day or two and just make this money. You can easily make $100 on DoorDash if you do it for 2 or 3 days. I know this because this is what I did essentially before I even started a corporate job. I did a little bit of DoorDash and Uber Eats to get some pocket money and be able to start something. I was feeling very motivated. Now, why this strategy here allowed you to start with such a low let's say capital, is because the tools that we're going to be using are either free or very cheap. So this is going to be broken up into 3 strategies, or we're going to have 3 different points here. So the first one is you need to create a TikTok account. We're going to use TikTok Organic for this method. A TikTok account is absolutely free. You're going to set up the page, make your logo on Canva. You can use Canva free version. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It just needs to look, decent. It has to be something. Now the TikTok account is set up. This is where we go on to Printify. And up until this point, you don't need to create Printify Premium because you haven't gotten any orders yet. Now this is where having that 50, 70, $80 is going to come in. Once we go into Printify, we're going to find the most profitable items to sell. The most profitable items that I've been able to sell, so this is from my own experience, are not the gimmicky things like stickers or laptop pads or anything like that. They're sweatshirts, t-shirts, and hoodies. You can pick any one of these 3. I personally prefer crew necks, the Gildan 18,000 crew neck. It is a very high quality crew neck, but also very cheap. So then we're gonna get some designs for this crew neck on Etsy. I started out buying PNGs off Etsy. I didn't have a designer make any of my designs in the beginning. This is something that I kind of leveled up into. But in the beginning, I would just go on Etsy. Now, the designs we're going to find need to already have an established target audience. We're trying to make as much money as fast as possible. We're not going to create a brand from right now, because something that many people don't know is that businesses evolve. The brand that you're seeing today in its multi-million-dollar stage, in its billion-dollar stage, is nothing like what it looked like when it first started out. There's almost like a totally different brand. So it's okay that you're not building a complete and all-around perfect brand at this point. It's totally fine. We're gonna find designs that have an established audience. You can do this with things that are happening right now. So a very recent example was the election. If you were able to get Donald Trump designs and some like kind of catchy, a bit unique ones from Etsy, throw them on some shirts and create the organic content on TikTok, you could have gone viral and made that first 1,000 in literally 24 hours. So obviously this is an event that's slightly past now. It's probably too late for that, but you need to keep in mind everything that's going on around you right now and try to catch a viral moment, or again, make something for an already established audience. And this can be in terms of sports teams, right? What seasons are coming up? What sporting seasons? Basketball and hockey just started. College football kind of just passed as well. Or people's occupations or people religious items as well. They sell very, very well. They already have a core audience that's passionate and is willing to purchase relatively easily. We want to do as little convincing to get the purchase. So then you pick out 3 or 4 of these designs off Etsy and you buy them. PNGs are very, very, very cheap. They cost anywhere from $1 to $3, and they're pretty high quality and they look very, very clean. We're gonna get these and put them on the sweaters that we found on Printify. Again, because we're not using Printify Premium, these samples are gonna cost us a little bit more than usual. That's totally fine. We're gonna blow through that $100 you made on DoorDash or Uber Eats. We put them on there and we ordered 4 different samples. So usually I would say even get 6-7 different samples, but again, we have a very small budget here, a very tight budget, so we need to use it wisely. You order these 4 samples and I suggest they're in different colors just so you can test out different things. You might want to pick out, I always say just go with the Gildan 18,000 is the cheapest, is going to allow us to get the best bang for our buck. And at this point right now, we don't need to make anything high quality because we're not building a brand yet, right? So we don't need to do embroidery or find the more high quality garments. These samples are going to come in. Now the TikTok page is set up. And as I said, this is kind of a 3-pronged strategy. The first is setting up your TikTok account. The second is now setting up your Shopify. Shopify always has great deals to start out. As you can see, I'm not mentioning anything about TikTok Shop because you do need to have some money for TikTok, because once a video goes viral, you need to fulfill these through Printify and you need to put up a decent amount of money up front. Let's say a video gets you 30 orders. You don't have $1,000 right now to fulfill them and not get paid out until days or weeks after delivery. So we're going to go with Shopify because Shopify gives us much, much, much quicker payouts. Even up until this point right now, I do have my TikTok shop, but I also have my Shopify website that I've actually sold tens of thousands on, right? And if not thousands of just units. So I've sold a lot on my Shopify and I love it because I get the quick payout. So when I was first starting out and I was doing just TikTok organic with just Shopify, it was so nice to get that payout a couple of days after the order came in. I don't know, I think when you start out they delay a bit more, but still it's a matter of days. You don't have to wait until the item is delivered. So we set up our Shopify, and as I said, Shopify always has different deals going on. So at one point in time it was $1 for each month for your first 3 months, and I think now it's $1 for your first month. So this is good enough to start out with, because I believe in that first month with this strategy you're going to be able to make that first $900 to $1,000 of profit. I think it's super reasonable to reach for the goal of $1,000 in profit in the first month of going the TikTok organic route. Now, the Shopify site, is going to be very simple, right? You don't need to overexert yourself here and think you're going to make the most fantastic, the most insane website the world has ever seen. We don't need any of that. We're going to take that logo that you made on Canva free, throw it onto the Shopify site. There is 101 videos here on YouTube on how to set up a Shopify website. You just want to make it clean. Again, doesn't need to be perfect, because when I look back on my first Shopify website, it was horrendous. Like, I was just using mock-ups from Placeit and from Printify, and it looked so bad that it didn't matter. It got me that first $500, $1,000 in profit, and that allowed me to then scale and scale and scale. You know, business comes in stages. But what I do recommend doing to instantly level up your Shopify for free is, once those samples come in, do an actual photo shoot. All of my photo shoots that earned me my first 1,000 units sold, and even up until now, 6,000 and 7,000, 8,000 units sold, have been on an iPhone, or were on an iPhone 11. I just got the new iPhone that just came out, but I hadn't gotten a new phone since that phone, the iPhone 11, not Pro, not Pro Max, just a normal one. Did all the photo shoots on it. The trick here is to get really good lighting. So take your photos a little bit before sunset. That's when the lighting is really premium, and it makes them look like very high quality images, because we're not selling on TikTok Shop, so we want people to trust us. So if we just have the random mock-ups from Printify on the website, it looks a bit shady. People are not going to know if you're actually going to ship this item out to them and deliver it. But if you have a real person in the images with a real photo shoot, instant level up for a relatively low price or for free. Right? Get yourself, if you can do the photos, have someone take them of you, make sure they're clean with good angles on the phone. Have a friend, have a wife, have a husband, a girlfriend, boyfriend, anyone, family member to help you out with this. And they don't need to be a model, they don't need to be a professional, nothing. We just need to have the clothes on a body. If they don't want to show their face, or you don't want to show your face in the images, totally fine. Just do it from here down. We just need to see what it looks like on an actual person to build up the trust. So now our Shopify website is set, our TikTok page is set, the samples are in, we got the pictures. The critical step here is to go crazy on the content. You need to go at this with so much drive and passion and ambition to make that first 1,000, because you can make it in 2 to 4 weeks. You can make that first $1,000 in profit, but it needs to come from high volume. You need to try out all kinds of different content. Down below, you'll find my free TikTok shop course. And in this course, there's 8 modules. One of the modules goes all in on how to create good content. It's free. And the full course is over 3 hours long, but just this module is going to be so helpful for you because it's over 30 minutes long, showing real examples I've made. And on my page, if you look through, you'll find many videos on how to make good content. So you watch one of these and you apply everything I said. In the course, in that module, covers 8 different styles of making content. 8 of them. So if you go out there and every single day, if you're passionate enough, you're going to make 4 to 5 videos a day every single day using a couple of those strategies. That's what I did. I was pretty much crazy about it. I knew every day I needed to make my 3 to 6 pieces of content every single day, and I knew eventually one of them would take off. And I was working and I was trying, and I was doing DoorDash and Uber Eats at this time. I had no AC in my car. As I said, I was in debt, so I couldn't afford to fix the AC. I was driving a 2006 Honda Civic with no AC in the heat of the summer, and I was making the content. I would have my crew necks in the back, and as I was driving doing deliveries, I'd have times where I would get no orders. I would pull up somewhere and park, and then I would get out, and if I found like a nice patch of grass, I would lay out the crew necks and make a video there. Or I was just trying all kinds of different things. I didn't really have much guidance, but now I set up this module for people who are in this position. Now in that module, or through my content, you have actual guidance on how to create good content that there's a proof of concept for. I've tried these methods and I've gone viral with every single one of them and generated sales. So you're creating the content, One of these videos is eventually going to go viral. With more and more viral videos, people are going to be able to go onto the Shopify, purchase from there. This is where step number 3 comes in to maximize how much we make. So step number 3 is setting up email and SMS marketing. Now, don't get discouraged. You might think, oh, I have no idea how to do digital marketing. I don't know nothing about email, SMS. It's very, very simple because we're starting out at a simple point. Remember, we're going to progress here. This is just step 0. In 3, 4, 6 months, we're going to be at a whole nother different point of your knowledge, your experience, and what you know and what you can apply. So up until now, we're just going to go get a free MailChimp, Klaviyo, or Omnisend account. These are the basic ones. I actually worked at Klaviyo. Klaviyo is a bit more. I don't know how much the Klaviyo free account offers you, but I know Omnisend and MailChimp, you can get up to, I think, 100 contacts for free, right? And I don't think you get unlimited sends, but you get a decent amount of sends. So with more and more people visiting the site, we want to be capturing their email and SMS. You actually want to set this up along with setting up your Shopify site. And more people are going to be visiting. We're grabbing their email. We might grab some SMS. And I don't think you get SMS for free, but you can send out a decent amount of emails for free on the free plan. And then we send out 1 or 2 campaigns, right? As much we use up as much of the free account as we can. In the campaign, we want to create urgency. These are almost sold out. These are going viral. Shop the viral, whatever right now through our email. A little discount through there, And then those emails are going to get you some sales. You're going to be like, whoa, the emails were free to send. I got some sales. Now we're making more money. Through the organic, we're making some more money. And then we're building up and building up and building up. And now you can, eventually level up into the paid Omnisend account. And then eventually you can afford to pay for the full Shopify plan. And then at this point, when we make that first $800 to $1,000 in profit, we can also get Printify Premium, and we can scale up, level up, and go into starting our TikTok shop and having, an understanding of e-commerce, having some experience making that first sale before you hop into TikTok shop, which is a bit more complicated. And that's where I'm going to end off this video, because I don't want to drown you in information. This video right here gives you everything you need to know to start print on demand for no money. And by no money, I mean 50 to 100 bucks that you can get easily in a day or two. And then being able to scale up to eventually launch it into TikTok Shop. And TikTok Shop, if this doesn't get you to your first 10K, TikTok Shop is going to get you to your first 10K month very easily. And again, if you don't know me, if you don't know who I am, I documented my entire TikTok Shop journey from 0 orders all the way up to 7,000 orders now or something like that, and showed the whole entire journey here on this account. And I've dedicated almost this page to TikTok Shop because TikTok Shop is the business model, or e-commerce is the business model that allowed me to quit the 9 to 5 I hated, that allowed me to now I'm in Rome, have location freedom, have time freedom. I actually just fulfilled a childhood dream of mine 2 days ago to go to a Champions League game. If any of you are into football, you know, I went to intern Arsenal and watched the Champions League, which was like a dream for me. So time freedom, location freedom. I'm creating content here, posting it here from Rome, and getting orders and getting sales. So that's the point I want to get you to. Down below, you'll find my free course. Don't forget to like and subscribe. When you're ready for it, you will find my one-on-one coaching down below as well, and my one-on-one consultation link. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.